What's good? Good morning. It was a little chilly last night, but I survived. It's like mid-March 2025. This is the year that my abundance finds me, or rather that I find my abundance. And I hope this is the year that you also find your abundance. Because those of us who have been doing the deep internal, personal shadow work with the goals of A, improving our lives, but B, improving the collective, we're due. We are so due, which is funny because that's kind of like a blackjack term I'm learning. It might be a gambling in general term, but I only play blackjack. Just saying, you are due for a good hand. Blackjack is ironically going to be one of the ways that I make some money. I played again yesterday, so now I've had 3 sessions in what I'm calling my professional blackjack career. Yesterday I played for 8 hours and I would have made $50 if I didn't have expenses and whatnot. I played for 8 hours and I walked away with $50, but gas, ATM fees, and Red Bull set me back to just about break even. But it was the perfect playing session because while I was in the seat and stressing about being down to my last $10 that I then rallied up to get to 500, I thought to myself, like, God damn, I do not want to go back to doing delivery work. And I just don't. I hate it. Even though I'm currently in a Walmart parking lot, because I am going to do delivery work today and tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. Yesterday's session, although I really didn't make any money, I again feel like I leveled up my skills. So I started at like 75%, I got to like 85%. Now I'm at about 90% of the way there. Sorry, somebody's about to back up into me. I feel really good about the direction of my gameplay and the direction of my life. I'm doing a little bit of construction. I actually just bought my first like tools. I opened a Home Depot credit card because you get like no interest if you pay it off within a certain amount of time. And so I did that. And $440 later, I now have a drill driver, an impact driver, a battery charger, and 3 batteries. I chose the Milwaukee platform. I think they're just a really growing company. They have a lot of cool custom tools. You really don't care. This is boring. But building my life of being a part-time construction worker and a part-time blackjack player and a part-time massage therapist / healer. It's coming together. 10 years ago, this was not the life I was building for myself. 10 years ago, I thought I was just going to have a corporate 9-to-5 boring ass job. But I also didn't fully understand how bad things were in our reality. Good money, I was making almost 6 figures 10 years ago. Good money can sort of cloud your judgment, or it can just make it easier to ignore the things going on around you to an extent. And I was still a libertarian at that point, but I was not a full-blown, the government is full of pedos anarchist like I am now. Because the government's full of pedos and corrupt ass evil people. And 10 years ago, I wouldn't even have used the word evil, and I don't like using it, but it's kind of the reality. You cannot have good without evil. And that doesn't justify evil. That does not justify evil, but they require each other in a very, I'm not wearing my, one of my Taoist shirts, but the Buddhist or Taoist philosophy of the yin and the yang and the paradoxical nature of reality and how opposites define each other. Because there is so much evil in this world, there has to be a counter force of good that will emerge. That's just the universal nature of things. As above, so below, balance, etc. And so I'm on the path now. I've done so much deep shadow work around what I call abundance blocks. And I don't even fully understand it all. I am not personally like an esoteric spiritual teacher, guru person. I'm a fan of philosophy, but I do think that spirituality has tremendous value and should be explored just as philosophy should be explored. And so I do feel like in a lot of ways I was holding myself back. And that's one of the hardest things to acknowledge for someone is, how are you holding yourself back? In what domains of your life are you maybe just being reserved and not fully going for it? What do I mean by like fully going for it? I've been talked about needing a laptop for like 2 years, a new laptop, because my old one was shit, blah, blah, blah. And so I finally, again, I took out a Best Buy credit card, but with no interest, if paid off in a certain amount of time. And I've been paying off my other credit cards. And so I did that. And then immediately, like a week later, I had just 3 back-to-back amazing interviews on my YouTube channel. And that was just awesome. And I was like, okay, yeah, you have to invest in your future. And so I did that. And then a month or 2 later, I was like, okay, I need to invest in tools. I need to invest in that side of my future. And because I've been paying off other credit cards, my credit is at an okay average place. It's going to go down because in the last 2 months, I've opened 2 new accounts. But in 2 months, when I pay them off, it's going to skyrocket. And I hate the game. I hate the matrix. I hate everything. But you kind of have to use the system in a way to dismantle it. So I do care about my credit score because I do know it's going to help me eventually get the land that I want, that I so desperately desire. And so I also am investing in my professional blackjack career. I've spent the last year, and if you watch my videos, I always say I'm hustling, I'm working hard. I am. I'm juggling so many things, just doing my absolute best to try and not just tread water, but to like really build steam, build momentum. And I'm finally there. It took years of just like dismantling the old me, just so I could figure out how to rebuild and what direction to rebuild in. And that's a hard process because you have to look at yourself just deeply and honestly and say, yeah, you fucked up there. You fucked up there. You could have been better here. But you also need to learn to cultivate compassion for yourself. And the more compassion you cultivate for yourself, the more you're able to give to other people. I don't want to get too far into this, but when I say I fuck with Jesus, I believe not Christianity, totally different, but Jesus himself and the message of forgiveness that he brought to the planet was revolutionary. Absolutely revolutionary. Because it was a loving, compassionate forgiveness. And that was something that our planet really hadn't seen. It's still pretty barbaric, but in Jesus's time, things were, I think it's fair to say things were barbaric back then. Things aren't exactly great now. There are still slaves in our world today. All kinds of slaves of all races and all genders, male, female, black, white, Hispanic, Asian. There are slaves everywhere. So our world still isn't that maybe enlightened yet or awakened, But that's why people like me and people like you have to do the work that we have been doing to usher in this new earth. I keep fidgeting, I'm sorry. I'm just playing with my chips. These are just $25 chips. I cashed out $500 in cash, and then I have these because I'm gonna go back on Monday, or Sunday. Today's Friday. So I'm gonna do deliveries Friday, Saturday. I don't want to, but I also just need to like not just spend all my time in the casino, because that's not the right thing. I like these days off to sort of decompress and to analyze little mistakes I made and little victories I had, and to just sort of let the lessons settle within me. So I will go back and I will win. But for now, I'm going to do delivery work because I gotta keep hustling. I'm on the path, but I am not at abundance yet. Or rather, I don't know, like, I'm blessed. I am blessed with what I have, but I'd like a wife and a kid and some family and goats and whatnot. So that's where I want to ultimately end up. And I just got to keep hustling for a while, because it's still hustle time. It is not New Earth, enjoy life to the fullest time yet. I'll end the video here. It's a long one, but you should still really try to bring joy into everything you do. Like, you shouldn't be waiting for this, once I have a certain amount of money or once I have this certain thing, I'll be fulfilled and joyful and happy. No. You should always be trying to just bring joy and fulfillment to everything you do. And the more I've been able to do that, like, I have an infectious energy. The guys on my crew sometimes, like, just, man, they were pouring concrete. We were pouring concrete slab yesterday. We weren't pouring, another crew came in, but man, it was just so cool to see the cement truck, and they have a pump truck and this hose, and I was just like, hey, what's up, guys? Oh man, the work you've done has been great. And like, you know, I'm just really having fun watching you do this, because my previous videos, I talked about how I laid the rigid foam and there's going to be heated floors. We've been doing a lot of work on this really badass house, and I've been putting love into the work that I've been doing. And it feels good just to be like, man, this house is going to be built with love, literally. Oh man. And it just feels really good. I'm getting a little emotional. Wasn't expecting this, just because life isn't horrible right now, and it's a good feeling. Yeah, I live in my van still, but damn, life is good. I love you all for watching. Thank you.